Hi guys, Greg Skelly from CrossFit Edwardsville here, and today I want to share with you my 5 steps for nutrition success for CrossFitters and really anyone who wants to take their nutrition from its current level to that next level. These are the things that I've learned over the years being a nutrition class instructor, a doctor of physical therapy, a strength and conditioning coach for hundreds and hundreds of people, as well as myself achieving sub 5% body fat, being competitive in CrossFit, and finding ways of making nutrition help me to feel my best, look my best, and perform at my best. And the 5 key things that I've found that are the real determinants. There are common denominators, things that seem to be common across folks who succeed with their nutrition and those who fail in a nutrition plan or a diet. And those 5 key things I've outlined here: identifying the goal, eliminating poison, achieving quality, modifying quantity, and finally, refining on the details. So I want to take you through each of those things stepwise as we go along. So first of all, identifying the goal. It's really important that you know what it is that you want to achieve from your nutrition plan as you start. Going into a nutrition plan without laying out really clear, specific goals is kind of like going on a vacation somewhere without identifying what your destination is. Without a goal or an end point, you'll find yourself getting sidetracked, distracted easily. You'll waste time or lose time meandering off course. You won't be as effective. You won't be able to beeline to your goal. And ultimately, you may get frustrated and just go back to the roads that you know from before, the roads that you're comfortable traveling, because at least you know the way there. So just like a traveler who needs a destination and a roadmap, you need to know exactly what it is that you want to achieve at the start. So you may say, okay, as I'm going into my nutrition plan, I want to improve my performance as a CrossFitter, and I have these key metrics that I'm going to use for baseline, test, and retest. Or you might say that your goal is to lose weight. But making these goals, you need to be as specific as possible for them to be as meaningful as possible. So for example, a goal to lose weight, that by itself is not a good goal. But it could be a great goal if you reframed it to be, in the next 30 days, I'm going to lose 5 pounds and I'm going to enjoy the process of eating healthy foods as I go along. That's a measurable goal where we can actually track your progress between your start point and your end point. Having something be measurable is really, really important to your success, because if you say, just as an umbrella term, that you like to lose weight or you like to change your body composition, at the end of 30 days or 60 days or whatever your time frame is, if you lost 1 pound, was that success? Or if your weight stayed the same but your body changed in a way where your clothes now fit a little looser, was that a success? You need to identify what are the measurables so that you can track your performance from the start to the finish line. People who are really, really good at making clear, specific, measurable goals with a deadline are the ones that almost inevitably are more likely to be successful in a tangible way and become the success stories that we share on our website. I'd also add in terms of the goal, you'd like to get as much leverage on yourself and inject as much emotion and as much excitement into the goal as possible. For example, you might say, my goal is I'd like to lose 6 pounds in the next 30 days and enjoy the process so that at my sister's wedding, I look my absolute best and I reflect well on her and I make her wedding photographs look great. If that's your goal, then you've injected some passion, some excitement into the goal, and then that can help to motivate you, because you're going to find, especially for any goal that involves physical changes, that involves health changes or behavior changes, you're going to bump into all kinds of obstacles and roadblocks that will make it difficult for you to stay the course. So if you have a very, very compelling why, a very, very powerful reason why you're not just going to go after this goal, but you're going to knock down any barriers that come along your way. You're going to charge through any difficulties, any obstacles. That's going to be a much, much more successful nutrition plan than you would otherwise have. There are going to be times you're going to wake up in the morning and you were supposed to go on that run, or you're supposed to go to your CrossFit class, and your body's going to be telling you, no, I want to stay here, I want to sleep, I want to get this rest, this bed feels fantastic. And having that really compelling reason, that goal that you want so bad that you're willing to push yourself outside your comfort zone, will be the difference between accepting that immediate gratification or keeping that long-term perspective and staying the course. Being willing to be uncomfortable, being willing to say no to that food that's right in front of you and it looks fantastic, but you know it's going to set you back from what you want to achieve, what your goal is. So starting off, know exactly what you want to achieve, make it measurable, have a deadline for it, inject as much emotion and energy as possible into that goal, make it something that you really want very badly, and then get as much leverage on yourself as possible. Know what your why is. Know why you're pursuing this goal so that you can tough through whatever adversity comes your way and be much more likely to achieve the outcome that you want. So, second is eliminating poison. And I like to use this example when I'm talking about this in nutrition terms. Let's say you have a plant, and you give that plant the absolute best sunlight, the best plant food, the best water. You give it an optimal climate or environment for success, for it to thrive. And then at the end of the night, you take a can of kerosene and you dump that can of kerosene onto the plant. How well do you think that plant is going to do? That plant, if it survives at all, is going to be suffering. It's not going to be as healthy as it could otherwise be. And if you have some major limiting factor, some addiction or some drug or some poison that is holding you back, it's going to be the same thing for you. No matter what you did with your food, quality and quantity and details, if you have an addiction, for example, if you're a smoker and you use smoking as a meal replacement, or let's say if you're addicted to sugar or caffeine and you use Mountain Dew or Diet Dr. Pepper as a meal replacement, those addictions would be a trump factor that could single-handedly invalidate all of your other efforts. If you know that you have an addiction, say you have a habit of abusing alcohol, and every night you're drinking more than your body could possibly handle or metabolize well, or if you have that addiction to soda, or if you're a smoker, your first step is to take that factor and eliminate it so that it's not going to hold you back. This single step, by the way, could be the key difference maker between having a long and healthy life or just getting by and not feeling great, not being able to be the energetic, exciting, passionate person about life that you could otherwise be. So eliminating the poison is the next key step before you go anywhere else. Once you've identified what your goals are, and once you've eliminated any limiting factors that you have in your health journey, at that point, you go to achieving quality food in your diet. And what I mean by quality food, a good shortcut to thinking about this is, if it has an ingredient label, it's probably not the highest quality food that you could go for. Or to put it another way, foods that don't have ingredient labels, or foods that have 1, 2, or very, very few ingredients, those are usually your highest quality foods. Your produce, your fruits, your vegetables, your lean meats, fish, nuts and seeds. Anything with a shelf life is probably going to be a high quality food and get you closer to your nutrition goal. Now our coaches here at the gym and people in our nutrition program can provide more guidance about what food choices would be optimal for you and would help you to get closer to whatever you decided your outcome is. But once you've identified your goals, eliminated poison, next step is to get quality food on board and get used to nourishing your body with quality fuel. Now I emphasize quality before we go to quantity, and that is so important. It's such a huge step. So many people get this wrong. So many people have this backwards, and they start their nutrition journey by cutting out quantity in their food while maintaining the same basic nature of food that they're eating. And if I was going to give you two examples, let's say you have a Formula One car that's going to run a race, and it has a full tank, maybe even like the tank is spilling over with the highest quality fuel. Contrast that, it's going to race now against another car, another Formula One car that has an eighth of a tank of very low quality fuel. Which of those two is going to perform at a higher level? It's pretty obvious the Formula One car that has great fuel and a lot of it is going to perform at a higher level than the car that doesn't have high quality fuel. The aim of a nutrition program should never ever be to try and get by on as little crappy food as possible. That's a losing strategy, and that's where so many people fail right off the bat with their nutrition, is that they start here on step 4 and they miss these first 3 steps. This is not where the game is won. The game is won on steps 1, 2, and 3. Step 4 is a follow-up. That's a refinement to your nutrition program. You don't need to worry about how much you're eating until you're eating great foods that help you be looking your best, performing your best, and feeling your best. So once you've gotten in the habit of eating great stuff like lean meats, produce, nuts and seeds, fish, vegetables, fruits, stuff with very few or no ingredients, potatoes, then you go finally to modifying how much of that you eat and what the specific macronutrient ratios are. How much protein, how much fat, how much carbohydrate. Depending on what your outcome is, those numbers will vary, and your coaches here can help you to identify what the right ratios are for you and what your critical mass is. At what quantity of food do you put on lean muscle? At what quantity of food do you cut body fat? What ratios of protein, fat, and carbohydrate help you to achieve an optimal body composition while also being the absolute strongest CrossFitter you can be, being the most endurant that you can be, having a body that can keep going through fatigue and outlast your competitor. A lot of that factors into the specific quantities of how much you eat. And again, your coaches here at CrossFit Edwardsville can really help you to know exactly what ratios and what numbers you personally need to be mixing in at each meal to make the most out of your nutrition plan. Finally, the details. Under the details, I find things like supplements, recovery supplements like a Progenics Recovery or a Fit Aid, daily insurance policy additions like a multivitamin, maybe a Juice Plus supplement, a vitamin D tablet, omega-3 fish oil supplements, as well as other things that can indirectly factor in to your nutrition success, like your sleeping pattern. So once you've worked your way through the first 4 steps, your coach can help provide you specific guidance on the details, the little things that can take you from a good CrossFitter to a phenomenal CrossFitter, from just getting by to feeling great, looking great, and being amazing in the gym, being the strongest that you've ever been, being your happiest, your most energetic, your leanest, and your best self. So these are the 5 steps to success. I hope you guys now take these things and put them into action. The power in any information is the ability to act on it, and people that take what they know and actually put it into action are the ones that are always going to get farther than those who don't. So take what you've learned. Now it's time to put it into your own game plan. You can always catch up with me here at CrossFit Edwardsville or one of our other coaches. We'd be happy to help you. Hope this has been helpful and informative, guys. Have a beautiful day and go make the most of everything. Be amazing today. We'll see you.